Welcome back. In the studio, we have an amazing guest. His name is Aharanwa, Mr. Ahams, who is an actor, producer, director, and we are going to be talking about something really triggering, you know, a new trend in movie production strategies. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon.
Okay. So I want just a quick one. How are you, an actor, a producer, a director? I mean, it's like jack of all trades thing.
And master of all.
Oh, okay. Master of all, not master of one.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I think that's what they always advise. So walk us through, how do you get to navigate through being an actor, a producer, and a director?
Okay, thank you very much. Just like I said, jack of all trades and master of all.
Okay.
Some persons will say that jack of all trades are usually confused.
Yes.
That's the master of none. But in my case, I'm the master of all.
All of them.
Yes. And the journey started as an actor.
Okay.
Yes. I started as an actor back then, during the days of late Pete and co. And the same thing with most of the filmmakers today. Majority, let me say 90 to 95% of the filmmakers we know today started as actors.
Okay.
So as the journey continued, and inside the industry, I got to understand that there are different other departments where one can actually function.
Okay.
That acting or entertainment or the industry is not just about the people you see on the screen. Now, and these are places I also have skill. So I love, you know, telling stories, interpreting stories the way it will relate to people. And that is the work of a director.
Okay.
Because as an actor, there are ways you desire to tell a story you cannot achieve as an actor. So the best way to do that is when you are the director. Yes, when you are the one telling or interpreting this script. So I now decided to specialize in directing. That's how I started working towards that. Then, and as a producer, you discover that sometimes there are some stories you want to tell, and the investors most times don't see it the same way with you. They don't like, maybe they don't like the story. What you want to tell is not what they want to tell. So because they are the investors, they frustrate your dream or your vision. So the only way you can achieve it is by being the one to sponsor
the movie
and also tell the story. So by so doing, you have to be a producer.
But ideally, are investors or sponsors supposed to have a say in how a movie should go, apart from providing the funds for it?
Professionally, they are not supposed to have a say as regards how it goes, except just to tell you the things not to accommodate as regards things that will contradict the rule, like census board, YouTube rules and all that, because it's their money. Nobody will want to do something that will not fly tomorrow and your money will just go like that. That's the only thing they should talk about. But anything that has to do with the technicality of the job, the storytelling, I mean, completely, shouldn't be their work, because most of the investors know little or nothing about filmmaking. They're just doing business.
Absolutely, I agree. I mean, that's why you have people specific for such job roles to do that. Now let's talk about the trends in the movie industry. The trends, the things people do to promote movies. I mean, from both the negative and the positive aspect, but let's come from the positive aspect of it.
Okay, the things that people do in this very era.
Yes, currently.
I'll start from the days of the old.
Okay.
The days of the old, we all saw the adverts then inside movies before the main film starts. You will see some adverts of the person's previous jobs and all that. Many people actually had to go look for those ones they saw the advert there and watched. So adverts then was very active. It was very helpful. Then as things evolved and all that, it got to a point where they started being stingy to themselves, because that's the way I put it.
Okay.
Aside that, I don't see any reason that should go.
Should die off, exactly.
Yes, it shouldn't die off, because myself, I still value that kind of advert then.
Okay.
Because you'll be in the kitchen, you'll be somewhere, once you hear that, hey, you don't come again, all those kind of, you must come out to see what is happening. To
know what's happening.
Yes.
I think that's what trailer has replaced, where people release movie trailers.
Now, the trailer now, somehow, these days are dull. You may not even know that something is playing. You just hear one line. Somebody would talk one line. Somebody slap. You may think that a movie is playing.
Oh, okay.
Except when you're looking at it, you now understand that this is actually a trailer. But that one, even if you are sleeping, you hear the sound. You must.
But
know
don't
that
you
this
think
is
technology has made this thing easier, because I can't see every movie at the same time, right? I can have my own choice.
Yeah.
But having a trailer gives you an insight of what this movie is talking about. Don't think that technology has helped in, making people have their choice of movies where they want to see?
Of course. You can't rule away technology. It has helped a lot. Just like you said, you can't see every movie at the same time. So now someone can be here without knowing that your movie that you put little or no effort to promote has gotten to someone in India. Someone in India, I mean, who's seen a clip of your film and wants to see it and all that. So all these things are very important. They've played a key role in promoting our movies. So the bloggers and all that. Some people intentionally go to bloggers to talk one silly thing about a particular film. You understand? Okay. Because once a film is being talked about on social media, whether it's for good or for bad, somehow you want to see that thing they're talking about. Okay. And there's no way you can see that without going to watch the film. It's only when you watch the film that you can now contribute your own. So if they're saying maybe the film is bad, you can now say how bad it is. And they're saying it's good, you can say how good it is. You cannot do this without seeing the film. So somehow, people are devising.
So what other form of promotion do you want to bring to our doorstep?
Another form of promotion. Well,
I mean, you went back to the days of old to talk about the in-movie promotions that they do.
I feel that should not die off like that. It should still be part of the trend. Okay. You understand? It's a way of promoting film, so they shouldn't just scrap it like that.
So what do you think about movie premiering? What do you think about it?
Movie premiering is also a way of creating awareness that a film like this has come to the cinemas, has come to play and all that. You can go out and see this film. So it's still not bad. Somebody may say it's for those that think they have money. You want to
exactly. I was going to say that as well. You
have money, you want to spend it. No. The movie industry is a lucrative business. It's a lucrative industry. In the sense that when you put money, it returns your money. Okay. You cannot do a film and you sit just in the comfort of your living room and you expect people to know what you've done. You have to reach out to people to know what you've put up, and that is the only way they will get to know and now go out to see it, and by so doing they enrich in your pocket so as to return what you invested in doing the business. So it is not a way of wasting money. It's not a way of showing off.
Don't you see it as a way of restricting fans? Because I personally, it's not always about the money, but if these movies are accessible, I know they are trying to make a certain amount of money from the production after the production of the movie. Yeah. You have situations where this movie is in the cinema and maybe the dubbed version is so low that you can't even get a proper view of what this movie is talking about. And before the movie leaves the cinema and it's out for download, you've forgotten about it. Do you really think it's a good form of promotion?
In between your analysis, you also explained why it shouldn't just drop like that. You said the dubbed version. Who dubbed that one?
I mean, people are eager to see this
see
movie,
that?
but they can't afford to
You
go
see
to
that?
cinemas.
And that's the problem. Because when this movie comes out now and is released immediately, Nigerians, I mean, our people, maybe because of hardship, I don't know.
Okay.
If it were somewhere in maybe in Western countries or advanced countries, as the case may be, where the government provides data or network to the subjects, people easily go online to see things and all that. But in Nigeria here, the citizens here work their ass. I mean, to get anything. If you must see anything online, it's your data, and you work for that money, and you put it with it. Before you know it, it's gone. Okay. So people are eager to watch, yes. But if they find a cheaper or an easy way to do that, they tend to forget the right way to do things, and they want to go for that cheaper one. So they are always looking for, now instead of going to watch this film for 1 hour 30 minutes online, let me just download it once, and it will be in my phone.
Okay.
It will be in my phone when I watch it whenever I want to watch. So after watching now, the person will send to a friend.
Person.
So you find out that particular one, that one person downloaded,
has
from that person, like so, and whose pocket is suffering that?
Okay.
The investor.
Exactly.
So they try to restrict this thing until they are able to recoup the invested money to an extent. Then you can then allow them, let them be dubbing while you're expecting more from maybe outside the country and all that. So exactly. Don't blame them.
There's this particular trend I've been waiting for you to mention. I don't know. Do you still have any other one you want to talk about?
Maybe I prefer you bring up anyone that will talk about it.
The trend of, not necessarily in the, I mean, people do it to stay relevant. In the movie industries, in the music industry, you see trends where someone comes out and say, they are dead. Are those, strategies to promote, is it always part of the PR?
Now you're talking about movie.
Yes.
And you're now talking about individuals. Is it someone coming out to say he or she is dead, or someone coming out to say a movie is dead?
No, he or she is dead.
So it's about individual, not a movie.
But most times they have this project on the way, and it still serves as a strategy for promotion.
Because people now trying to know about them, anything that has to do with that name or that person has a way of, trending. Abi? That one is also a strategy. I said something earlier here. I was like, why people are trying to promote a movie, either wrongly or maybe the right way, they have a way of painting something bad so that the bloggers will talk something good or bad about that particular film, and it will start trending. Then you now wanting to know the truth about the whole thing, you need to go see the film. So it's most of those things are intentional, and it is also applicable to individuals or actors. So this very thing, that's this very trend that is, I think, to me, if you ask me, I would say it's intentional, because these filmmakers are not blind, and they are professionals to the core. There are some errors you see in a movie. You don't need any suicide to tell you that this thing must be intentional, and it's becoming rampant these days.
Exactly.
Once in a while, you see one blunder in a movie like that, and it will start trending on social media and all that. To me, I feel it's intentional. There's one I saw the other day on our platform. I mean, DGN platform. A whole movie, see a movie scene that they recorded, even the sound man with his boom mic like this.
Do you know
with both him and the boom inside the film? When I was
young guy, but even till now, if I'm seeing a movie and there's like a mirror scene is projected, maybe a glass, I'm always looking forward to spot the cameraman, and I don't get to see it. So how do they allow things like that slip in?
That's what I'm saying. Some of these things could actually be oversight, yes. But there are some I see as intentional act. Just like this one I said now. How can a cinematographer who has his sight intact, before you're looking into your camera monitor and you could not see a whole human being in your shot? Okay, if you cannot see the human being, the boom mic you could not see that. Now, what for someone to be standing and be
holding the boom mic,
pointing it towards the actor, there must be some kind of space, the gap between the sound person and the artist on set.
Yes.
And now you could capture both the person, the space, the artist on set, and you say,
okay, you just mentioned AGN, DGN, these guilds. Do they always have fines concerning situations like this, and as well as the using, you know, a tragic situation of maybe an actor or an actress to promote a movie? Are there like rules that guide these actions and punishments attached to them?
I must say thank you very much for this very question, because this question is like, it's like a wake-up call to the industry, in fact every guild. Because when we saw this particular video that I talked about now, in our platform, DGM platform, a national platform, it was like you know, a fun. Several persons, in fact it became a topic of discussion that day. We're like deliberating on this and all that. At some point, people said that it's high time people started getting punished for things like this, because if you are doing these things intentionally, you are not turning good of the industry.
Exactly.
You are painting us bad just because of your selfish interest. No, now. So I was like saying that the national ESCOs should see to that very issue. Maybe introduce some kind of punishment to anyone that does that. Because if you can't say you're a director and on your set there's this kind of blunder, even if the cinematographer made the mistake, well, director should go for post-production.
Exactly.
During your post-production, you should spot these things and take care of them. Now, you didn't go for post-production, and at the end of the day, your job comes, your picture comes out like that, and you say you're a professional director. It is wrong. So, but if they introduce some kind of fine for issues like that, you see that directors will now start taking it serious. No director will allow his job to come out without going for post, at least go for your corrections and sequencing. So you'll be sure that there are no errors. But because no one punishes them, no one questions them.
Yeah.
If he likes, whether it's good or not, it's not my business. And that's why it's not their business. So the same thing should also go to every other guild, producers guild, because that same film I'm talking about now has a producer. Someone produced it. Then actors guild, AGN.
Yes,
there are actors.
Well.
There are actors on the set there. So the actors on set should know when things are going wrong. Then cinematographer at CSN, someone recorded it. Their guild should also penalize that DOP. What kind of shot is this? What did you do? You understand? So when they start taking actions against such errors, then you see that everybody will sit up. Exactly. And the industry will get sanitized once again. So that's what I
interesting. I mean, before now, I was really hoping to have this conversation. I'm glad that we had it, because sometimes, you know, you see people have projects on the way and they'll come out with news about them. Someone say, oh, that they're dead, only for you to realize that it's because you have a project on the way.
Yeah.
I mean, situations like that, should there be penalties attached, or it's just your personal business with whatever trends you want with your name?
Because we are in a democratic world, I don't think it could be their personal thing. Anybody, you can decide anything. You can decide to die now, decide to resurrect now. Yes, but if there's any way they can introduce some kind of penalty for that, and it's not against anybody or any policy or anything, I think it will help too. Because you just can't come and you play with people's emotion.
Exactly.
Understand? Some persons, some people could love their artists or love people to the extent that when they hear that something happened to that person, they might collapse.
It's true.
So,
actually.
So what if someone collapsed hearing that person who faked to be dead died? And by the time the person will come out to say that he's alive, that person must have long gone. So what happens to those people?
So in a nutshell, what would you like to say to promoters out there, this kind of strategies that they employ to promote their movies? What is that? In a nutshell, what do you have to tell them?
Okay, I would like to tell the promoters or the investors, the producers, whoever cares to promote uh, his or her film or project, please let us mind the kind of things we do. There are several ways to do these things without getting to compromise do I say decency? You understand? Because someone coming out to say he or she is dead when the person is still alive, to me, it should be an offense. It's an offense because you offended people with that.
Exactly.
You just can't come and do anything your way, and you have your because we're in Nigeria. Nothing matters to us in Nigeria. But I believe if it were to be in some other countries, it might not slide like that.
You.
So I beg every investor, every producer, every director, anyone who cares to promote anything, please be very careful with what you put out there, because people's hearts are at stake.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It was amazing having this conversation with you. And I know that we're going to have related topics like this in the future, where you come and give us an insight of what you think about it. So it was amazing on the show. We are going to sign out now. Tomorrow, don't forget to join us at 1 p.m. E-Vibes on Signature TV. And always follow us on all the social media platforms. We are always live on YouTube 247. We'll see you tomorrow. My name is Quincy Roland, and have a great day.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.